Hold up. Is it or oh, it's working. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Got it, got it, got it. What is this? Hold on. Atlas always be posting things when I need to do things. Okay, okay, okay. I see. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Well, I wonder if this is too loud. They pump it a little bit. But anyway, welcome everyone to my 44-page document that we will not be doing the whole entire thing. But since I haven't done a speed run or a prime time in quite some time, I wanted to end the year correct by going through some of the gaming news that we talked about, as well as looking at some of the things that we didn't get the chance to talk about, and maybe going a little bit further in depth about that. I was like, what is that? It was me, my squeaky self. Anyway, so starting out in January, February, March, April, May, June, July. We had the Ghost of Tsushima's director's cut was announced. Super hype. Still super hype. I need to finish it. We'll get there. We'll get there. And then I think you do get a free upgrade from PS4 because when I actually moved from my PS4 to my PS5, I did not have to pay the fee. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's somewhere in the stock, but we're not going to read everything. Silent Hill, the game that is eluding a lot of Hideo Kojima slash Silent Hill fans. Yeah, this one is still, nothing's been like solidly pinned down. At least as far as I know, I haven't seen anything. It seems like there's been a few things said where like either Hideo Kojima or somebody else is just kind of stirring the pot, I guess, in hopes that either they might could get approved for the Silent Hill game or get approved for some other project that's similar, or I don't know, just prove I craziness. I don't know. We did get a new Nintendo Switch, the OLED Nintendo Switch, which has a bigger screen, has actually I don't think it had Bluetooth features until the update for all of the Switches. It had a better kickstand, a much bigger kickstand that would probably actually work. And that was about it. Yeah. If I didn't own a Switch, the original Switch, I probably would have gotten the OLED Switch instead of just the normal version. But other than that, not too much offered to the table. But I don't think I highlighted this, but we can talk about it right now. This music is going a little bit too wild. I'm gonna turn it down a little more. I'm getting distracted by it. But also the vibes. Enjoy it. Crazy Cloud. Shout out to them. But what else? What else? What was I gonna say? Oh, right. So OLED Switch was announced, and then the day that it was supposed to go on pre-order, Valve came out with their Steam Deck, which is basically like their interpretation of the Switch, except it runs Steam OS. And upon reflection, when it first came out, I'm like, oh, this is dope. I don't know if I want to buy it though. It seemed like they had kind of a strange control scheme with like both the thumbsticks and then like the mouse pad right above it. I think now, I don't know. I've warmed up to it a bit more just because it means not having to repurchase games across platforms. But other than that, I think the size, I think it is a little bit bigger than a Switch, or at least it looks a little bit bigger from the things that I remember. So maybe if it like cut down size and then think the price point was fairly close to the Switch. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It definitely is a contender though. I don't know so much for people of a younger audience, but for adults who use Steam regularly, definitely would be something to look at. What else? What else? So I have like things coded, like highlighted in different things and different colors, so that way I know like what things to talk about, what things that we can just breeze past real quick. One of them being one of the things that we can talk about is Sifu, that will be coming out in a couple months now, hopefully. And they're actually, let me pull up the Sifu. Oh yeah, if you guys haven't seen, I did do a little goodbye 2021 video. Anyway, Sifu footage. Play that real quick. Yeah, Sifu is gonna be coming out in February, and I'm still really excited for it. Actually, I think watching the gameplay actually made me much more excited, which is usually, I think in a lot of cases, not the thing that hypes me up. I'll probably say this a billion times, but I am very much so attracted to great stories, gameplay. I would prefer nice gameplay, but you can't always have the best of both worlds. In Sifu's case, it wasn't so much the story that intrigued me, more so this kind of gimmick of like getting older each time. What's it called? Freaking roguelike kind of mechanic, since I had gotten into Hades earlier this year, I believe. So yeah, I was really interested in that, but now just like, I knew it was going to be a nice looking game from just like the little snippets we saw in trailers and whatnot, but looking at this, I really, really, really like the art direction that they have going for it. And I think the fighting mechanics are pretty interesting. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it when I get my hands on the controller and I'm actually playing it. But it definitely doesn't look like it's going to be some kind of walk in the park. Like, it looks like you're going to have to put a little bit of effort into this, which I'm down for. As long as it's not like Dark Souls level for every single enemy, then that's fine by me. But yeah. You can keep it pushing. Assassin's Creed Infinity. It could be live service. So this one, there was more news that came out about this. So they are looking to have a live service Assassin's Creed game. It's probably gonna have quite a bit of microtransactions and whatnot, but oh, and also I read something about the locations that they wanted to do, I believe. Which all the locations, I can't remember specifically what they are. I just remember thinking like, why use this game to cover these things? Like, if anything, I think one of them was in the neighborhood of Rome, I want to say, like very close to where Ezio probably would have been running around as an assassin. I like, in some cases, you're picking locations where we've seen stories taking place at this point in history, like in this specific area. So it could be interesting to revisit, but there are also so many other areas in the world that haven't been covered that would be interesting to see. Or maybe some stories left to be told in some of the other games. I'm not entirely sure about that, but like I know Assassin's Creed Japan, or having an Assassin's Creed base in Japan, I think might be one of the options that they were looking at for Assassin's Creed Infinity, which saddens me a little bit because I very much so wanted to have like either like a ninja, Assassin's Creed Ninja, or like Assassin's Creed Samurai, although it's not really going with the theme, but they haven't really been going with the theme for quite some time, so whatever. What else? I can't remember. I remember like in the area of Rome and Japan or somewhere in Asia really sticking out to me, but all the other places, I don't remember what they were, but I don't know. I don't know about this. I really, or I have enjoyed the Assassin's Creed franchise quite a bit throughout the years. From like 1 to probably, what is 5? Black Flag? I think so. I played 4 and 5, or 4 and 5. I played a little bit of Unity, but did not finish it. I'm not saying that it was a bad game, but I couldn't so much get behind this character, especially when it felt like they were trying to make him Ezio. I was like, this isn't Ezio. But yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Ubisoft can impress us. I don't think an Assassin's Creed will be coming out this year. I think they're going to be focusing on Valhalla DLC. So who knows? This Assassin's Creed could surprise us with it not being one of the yearly releases that for some reason Ubisoft feels the need to do. I mean, they're still making money with it, so I don't know. Persona series celebrating its 25th anniversary. Let me pull up some footage for this while I talk about it. So I have become quite the Persona enthusiast, I would say. 7 minutes. We'll loop it. And so I was really looking forward to this anniversary event. I thought that it was going to, I know there was talk of like having concerts both in Japan and even in America. And I was like, whoa, I probably won't be able to go to that because they'll probably do it in LA, but that will still be cool to have like, I don't know, somebody's Snapchat video up or something. I don't know. I was just happy for the people that were going to get to experience it so that I can live vicariously through them. That didn't end up happening. There were no concerts. No announcements of any other Persona projects as of yet. That being both TV shows, movies, games. We were expecting, or I was expecting, an announcement for Persona 6 in September, which is when I believe that they started this whole Persona 25 or 25th anniversary campaign. What ended up happening was they said that a store will be coming, an anniversary store will be coming to the Atlas shop, so we'll be able to buy like anniversary items and whatnot. And they had some wallpapers for us the day that they announced this, and that was pretty much it. Which, you know, in hindsight, when I'm not blinded by rage, Atlas has been putting out quite a few Persona 5 spin-offs. Persona 5 has been featured in a few different franchises, like quite a bit. And even made it into Smash, you know, which not every video game character can say that. So Atlas has done quite a bit to like give back to the Persona community. But I do feel like they really did not communicate what this anniversary was going to be very well. If they had said, like, you know, this is like I don't know. Like, they haven't really done anything, I think, to consider it like an anniversary event for this year. So they honestly could have just waited until next year or this coming year in 2022 to say, like, hey, this is what the stuff that we want to do. Like this year, since it was, I think this is the actual year in 2021. Excuse me. It's the 25th anniversary. So, I don't know. Maybe like a little animations like happy birthday or like happy anniversary or something like that. And that would have been cool. Like, oh, that's nice. And then we could add like the anniversary event out. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I would have, you know, I think people would have been fine. They wouldn't have had such high expectations because we were hyped up quite a bit. But you know, Atlas has said that things will be coming in the coming year, 2022. So let's hope. There's also been a lot of rumors about like quite a few different Persona franchises and the possibility of a new entry to the Persona series, as well as just like a new Atlas game in general, which if anybody hasn't played 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, that is something you need to do. It's a very, very good game. Or at least if you can't afford to buy it right now, check out a playthrough on YouTube. So, so, so good. I bought it when it was on sale a little bit ago. I haven't played it yet, but I've seen like pretty much the whole game. I understand 80% of what happened. It's kind of like a little mystery puzzle thing that involves time travel. So if you're a big fan of time travel, you'll probably love this. If you're not a big fan of time travel, I don't know how you'll receive this, but it's still a really good game. Really good story. Yeah, I think that's everything for the Persona anniversary. That's happened so far. There was also, oh, this one hurt me so bad. So Teddy randomly shows up on the screen at the Game Awards, which I will also be posting the VOD to that probably tonight. I meant to do it before the stream, but I will do it after. And I'm like, I don't know. It did not really, the thought never crossed my mind that like he's related to Persona 4. I was more so thinking like, oh, an Atlus representative. He's going to announce something huge. And he announced Persona 4 Ultimax, which we just saw. Yeah, we just saw on the screen. That'll be coming to Steam. So, you know, let's move on. Let's move on. I am excited to see what Atlus has to show. I just wish, I don't know. Part of it is impatience, but part of it I feel like was miscommunication. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Ah, yes. Nickelodeon All-Stars came out this year. I feel like in a lot of ways, companies saw that Sakurai was announcing the last DLC for Smash, and they're like, okay, this is our year. We're going to slide into the position that Smash was in, and we're just going to rake in the dough. And as far as I know, they're not doing that. They are not doing that. Which, I don't know. I think it's hard to replicate what Smash has done, especially in such a short amount of time. Like, I think Nickelodeon All-Stars, you can definitely, there are so many Nickelodeon characters that people really, really love, up to the point of these same video game characters. And I think part of the love for Smash, the characters, one thing, the competition's super huge. I think Nickelodeon All-Stars is trying to enter that realm, but you also need to have, I think, a bit of technicality with these games and with the controls. I can't say anything about the game as far as technicality goes because I haven't played it personally myself. But when I was watching other people play it, it didn't seem like they were having like these real like moments of tension that's the same moments of tension that Smash brought. Which, you know, it could also just be a player's relationship to Smash, especially with it being long-standing, and Nickelodeon All-Stars is like the new kid on the block. So we'll see what happens with it in the coming year, what DLC characters they may be able to bring, if it can bring the same excitement as Smash. I don't think so for now, but optimistic, I guess. And then we also have Multiverses, which I didn't even get to talk about this on the channel. Multiverses. Yes. There we go. So I don't know if I've seen this. Maybe I have. But Multiverses is Warner Brothers' attempt at trying to make a Smash-like game. Or, yeah, I guess Smash isn't necessarily its own category, but it's definitely like the standard. Anyway, so this is what the roster is looking like. So they do have quite a unique roster with, Warner Brothers has a whole lot of different properties. So there's like so many ways that they could go with this. This looks even more kiddie than Nickelodeon All-Stars, which for some reason I find surprising. I don't know. But we got Looney Tunes, we got DC, we got Game of Thrones, we got a lot of Cartoon Network hits that they could put on there. They're sticking with a lot of the more recent shows from Cartoon Network, which is interesting because I feel like Nickelodeon All Stars, they dug quite a bit back to find the characters for their roster, which I think was probably a better move. I know that they're trying to market this toward like kids of all ages, but honestly, I don't think kids really care about the characters that are in shows now. At least I kind of can't really I don't really relate to them too much. They're not written as sophisticated as I feel like the characters that I grew up with were. So I think Reaching for Batman was good. Tom and Jerry, interesting choice. They could have pulled Ed and Eddie. They could have pulled like Laszlo from Camp Laszlo. They could have pulled, definitely could have pulled Billy, Mandy, and the Grim Reaper. I don't know. They have a lot of options. Blue from Imaginary Friends, Mac from Imaginary Friends, Ed, freaking Will. There's so many. Funny they put Shaggy in here. They have to put. I feel like they got to put the memes in there. If they didn't, then I don't know what they were doing. But they do have a lot of options with this. So hopefully they'll be able to capitalize. I'm not even sure if this game is out or not, to be honest with you. Let me see. Sign up now for a playtest. It might be coming out in the coming year. I don't know. But yeah, that's Multiverses. Let's see. What else? Okay. Death's Door. That was a good one. So I actually have not played. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Death's Door. I haven't played Death's Door either, although I did see it when it was on the I want to say when it premiered on Summer Game Fest. I don't know. I feel like it's been around for most of the year, which is cool to see. The craziest part about this to me is that this whole game was developed by one person. And it's so freaking good and so polished. It's probably one of the most polished games that I personally seen this year. As far as just like watching gameplay and stuff. So I definitely bought it on Steam as soon as I could, and I'm looking forward to playing it in the near future. But yeah, please, if you guys are interested, go support this guy. Or this dev. He's done a lot of hard work, and clearly it's paid off. It's like a lot of awards and a lot of recognition for this game, which is amazing to see. And honestly, this whole year I feel like was kind of a big win for indie games, which is awesome. And I also think kind of inevitable in some ways. I think a lot of games that are headed by like big corporations, I feel like they don't have the same polish that they used to in some cases. And more frequently than not, I feel like, which, the pandemic can be at fault for that. But then you see games like this and it's like, I don't know. It kind of makes you want to push for some of these corporations to really impress. But yeah, indie games are definitely, they're pushing the medium forward. Always have, always will be. Yeah, that's my Death Source highlight. So on to the next. Oh my gosh, GTA. So we had the GTA tuners update. I'll just do GTA Dr. Dre DLC since you guys haven't seen that. I haven't seen it either, actually. Do they have an extended thing? They don't. That is unfortunate. Oh well. So the GTA Los Santos tuners update was an update where you could get, what was it? It was like an underground like street racing kind of thing that you could join. So you could like give your car like a few more upgrades than were previously available. You had a new selection of cars to get. They were pretty cool. and they had a test track that you could use that sounded like it was going to be a freaking NASCAR speed track that you get all yourself or that you could like use with your friends. Absolutely not the case. Not at all. You get like a pretty tiny little like bottom of a parking garage basically to do like wheelies in and stuff, which, you know, if that you could just like buy that with your house, like, oh, that would be dope. But to have it be like a big thing that we talk about in the DLC, and for it to be like just like the bottom of a parking garage, kind of hurt a little bit. And I've been like, it's been hard for me to come back to GTA with like all the updates and stuff. Like, yes, it brings something new, but it's only so long until I'm just like, this is the same game that I've been playing for I don't know how many years. It's actually like one of the games that was featured on my Xbox museum for like the 20th anniversary. Xbox did a thing where you can like look through your game's history. So if you've had your account for a long time, you can really see like all the games that you kind of like delved into and like your different patterns and whatnot. GTA was up there for like 2017 or 2018 or something like that for me as like my most played game. That might have been like the first year that I played it, so it was like fresh to me. But now I don't even know if I can be excited for GTA 6. Like they really had to do something different for me, or like come at it and make me think it's going to be like Cyberpunk, but like actually delivering on a lot of the promises, which I do think Cyberpunk did, but not for everyone. And the polish definitely need more polish, but yeah. So GTA's recent update is this what's it called? The contract. It features Franklin and Dr. Dre. So making music with Dr. Dre. I don't know if he comes with you on any missions, but Franklin's kind of coming back as a star of it, so that's cool. I like Franklin as a character. I think Lamar is also somebody that you can interact with within this DLC as well. I haven't played it because once again, I am kind of tired of GTA 5. So if for some reason I'm incredibly bored, maybe I will take a look. But I'll have to talk with one of my friends about it. He's absolutely crazy about GTA. Has been bugging me to get back on it ever since this update came out. So we'll see. We'll see if he convinces me. Neo, the world ends with you. I just bought this recently, actually. They had a sale in the Nintendo eShop, which might still be going on. If you're watching this live or within like a couple days of the new year, it might not even be that long, to be honest with you. But I did enjoy playing the demo. The freaking music and the art direction is insane. It's building off of a lot of well, obviously from the first 20 game that came out. And it's interesting because it took me a long time for the 20 soundtrack to grow on me. But once I got towards the end of the game and I was like doing boss fights and like, I played it with my brother on the Switch. So I was the one mainly controlling the like, movement and stuff, which glad don't have to deal with motion controls with this game. But yeah, after all the grinding and stuff, I found that I really enjoyed the music, or at least it got stuck in your head very, very quickly. So to see that they're like taking a drop out of the bucket with this game and remixing some songs, adding some new songs as well, and bringing the world really to life with this new art direction, and the new perspectives that they added, which might be probably due to technology, I guess. I think The World Ends with You, the original, came out maybe 7-8 years ago. I don't know. In any case, it's been a while since the first one, so they definitely had the advantage of technology that kept improving. And I enjoy both characters, both of the kind of like main characters so far. One of them it's not Neku. I almost called him Neku. I cannot remember. I don't know. I'm just making random noises at this point. But these two guys, this guy right here, can you see my mouse? Maybe. The guy wearing the orange rimmed jacket, and then his friend next to him with the blonde highlights. And then we have, of course, the numbers dude from the first game, which if you haven't seen the first game, check that out. Oh, what's up, Mr. E? Welcome to the stream. I'm just like recapping everything that I thought was interesting in the world of gaming before I head off to celebrate the new year. But yeah, just talking about Neo: The World Ends With You, which was a really, really cool game. Or at least I really enjoyed playing the demo. I've heard really great things about people who have, or I've heard really great things from people who have played the full game. And I bought it recently when it was on sale on the Nintendo eShop. Don't know if it's still on sale, but if you like JRPGs, I think this one is going to be cool. I definitely liked the improvements that they did with the combat. I think it's going to take me a little bit to learn, because you do kind of have to like switch which button you're mashing, basically. But yeah, cool stuff. Cool stuff. Let me see what else I got here. What page? Oh my gosh, there's a lot. Let's see. Atlas looking to celebrate its 35th anniversary for a year. I don't know if there's too much to add to this. But also, Mr. E, you can share some things that you've enjoyed about, I guess, this year in gaming, if you're into gaming, or maybe some things that you're looking forward to for next year, because there's a plethora of topics to go through. But yeah, as far as Atlas celebrating its 35th, I know that they were talking about doing another project. Shin Megami Tensei 5 did come out this year. ReFantasy. ReFantasy is probably the one to look out for. Pretty sure that's a code name, so it will probably be updated in the coming year. Unless they pull a Square Enix and just go with the name that they temporarily put down. Let's see. Netflix joined the gaming scene was a big one. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about it. I think this will probably be like at the earliest, maybe 2023. And supposedly Netflix is going to be adding games to their catalog. So you could select a movie, you could select a TV show, you could select a game. And it will not be for an additional price, like no additional cost is what they said. I don't know if I believe that, but we'll see. We'll see what they do. We've definitely seen quite a few games on their platform already that you can just play using your TV remote. We've got Blackbeard Bandersnatch and Minecraft Story Mode, and then there was one other thing that I saw when I was actually perusing Netflix that I wasn't familiar with, but I think it was made specifically for Netflix, and they're kind of like push to make it an interactive platform. But yeah, I don't know. Well, that'll be a interesting thing. I don't think it'll be a major contender as far as like game consoles or game services, but who knows? As of now, it's between Ghostwire Tokyo and Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars is a good pick. I really want to find an excuse to buy it. I grew up playing a lot of the Lego games, the Lego Batman, Lego Star Wars, and Lego Indiana Jones with my brother. And so I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if like we would play the Lego games like we did growing up? And he's just like, I don't like Lego games. I don't like puzzles. And I'm like, what? What? Like, even I won't say that they don't have puzzles, but I'm not gonna act like they're hard. Like, come on, dude. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably end up getting it. I'll find some excuse to do it. But Lego Star Wars is a good pick. Ghostwire Tokyo. Or wait, no. You might just be talking about. I think there is a difference. Ghostwire and Ghostwire Tokyo. Hold on. Let's Google it. Yeah, I'm seeing Ghostwire Tokyo first. I think that's what you're talking about. I am very curious about that game. Ghostwire Tokyo. I feel like it's kind of been hanging low on the radar since it was first announced, to be honest with you. So they definitely... Actually, do they have a release date? Hold on, let me see the most recent thing. This is at the PlayStation Showcase. Spring 2022. Okay, so it will be coming out soon-ish. I am curious about this game. I don't know if I'll be picking it up at launch unless they show me something that convinces me. But it being in Shibuya already honestly kind of sold me on it. So, I don't know. I feel like I think it was this trailer specifically where they were kind of going through like some story beats. But as you can see with like this trailer's style of editing, it goes very, very quickly. Which that's how all the other trailers have been, but I feel like if we're gonna talk about the story, we should kind of slow down a little bit. But that's just me as someone who is like gets very entrenched in stories. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll play this one again unmuted. Or yeah, I could do it right now. Well, let's see. Hogwarts Legacy is number one. A number one must. I'm honestly kind of scared for that game. I'm hoping it's still in production. I feel like I'll say 70% confident that it will still be a thing in the coming year. Especially with the Harry Potter anniversary coming up. It's just the fact that they have said absolutely nothing since launch. Meanwhile, like Gotham Knight was announced like pretty much the same day that Hogwarts Legacy was, and Gotham Knight has had like 2 or 3 different trailers or updates just saying like how things are going with development. And so the fact that they've said like absolutely nothing is very concerning, and I'm not really sure what the reasoning is for that, if everything's been going smoothly so far. But fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm not a super huge Harry Potter fan. I think I've seen like only the first 2 movies. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. The first 2 movies. So it is on my list of things to catch up on. I did play Lego Harry Potter though, so I do know like the general premise of like pretty much all the movies except for like the new Fantastical Beasts stuff. But the only reason you're interested in Ghostwire is because it reminded me of a story I wrote. Hogwarts will be good. Better be. Yeah, hopefully it will. Oh, it's kind of interesting though. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It seems like it would be a trip, so I'm very curious to see what's going to go on with this. I'm not sure if I've seen this one. This might be a new trailer for me, actually. The thing that was like throwing me off was like these like gray looking slender man dudes. Like, who are these people or what are they? It kind of makes me think a little bit of Alice in Borderland, I guess, but Alice in Borderland didn't have monsters or anything. It was more just like this big, like this mastermind and like his colleagues or whatever that ran Shibuya or like Tokyo. It does seem like it's gonna be really interesting though. I don't know. This almost seems like the rapture is happening or something, and all the demons have come to Earth. Like, I don't know. I really want to know more about this. Spring 2022 by Bethesda. Hopefully, Bethesda will have another winner with this that they also had with Deathloop. But yeah, that looks cool. It looks cool. Okay. So the Activision Blizzard case. There is quite a lot to go through with this, and quite a lot of changes have been made in the gaming industry because of this particular incident. I don't know. You never know like what things is gonna like set people off, but this was one. So basically, with the Activision Blizzard incident, news came out that that a lot of the male employees were making sexist remarks to the female employees and like trying to like approach them or make sexual advances that the female employees did not consent to. And then there was also talks of them not respecting people who are non-binary, as well as like racist comments being made as well. And so a lot of the supposed perpetrators have been rooted out of the company, except for this man right here, Bobby Kotick, who apparently sanctioned a lot of this behavior and even participated in some of it himself. And he's still the CEO of Blizzard, as far as we know. And is just sucky situation all around for them. Specifically for the devs, because you know they work really hard on these games, and to have people now conflicted with like wanting to be a part of these communities or like use their products, it sucks, because a lot of these people, presumably a lot of these people are good people who just wanted to make a cool game, and then there are these shitty few that just have to ruin it for everybody. So hopefully Activision Blizzard can get its higher ups and even like people on just the dev level and below in order, as far as like just treating people like people and treating them with respect. I think I did see that the first union for people within the games industry was created out of this, so that's good that like people can unionize and find ways to protect themselves. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. There was multiple strikes, a lot of boycotting, a lot of things that went terribly wrong. And Activision Blizzard is not the only company to have incidents like this. There was also, I believe, Ubisoft had some incidents like this, and another prominent company that I cannot remember the name, so I don't just want to throw anybody out there. Nothing did happen, but I know Ubisoft was up there for sure as another company that did have a lot of the frat boy behavior. So, which is unfortunate that I'm not surprised by it, just because it's a male-dominated industry. Which, you know, nothing against men or anything, but I am against people that can't treat other people like people. So hopefully things get better. We did have the reveal of another Dead Space. Dead Space will be returning. I don't think it'll be this year. Let's see. Did they say? It'll probably be in like the next couple of years. Yeah, I don't think they said. But yeah, Dead Space is coming back. Dead Space is one of the I guess classics for video games, similar to what game? It just like flew out of my head. But anyway, it's a game that a lot of people liked and a lot of people have been asking for quite some time. I have never had the opportunity to play Dead Space, so I'm not quite sure what they're going to do with this game. Whether this is kind of like a continuation of the story. I believe that this is more like a kind of like ground zero kind of game where it can be an entry point for people who are new to the series, and then people who have been familiar with it. They can just enjoy some of the, I guess, details that other people missed. Still deciding if you want to install Dead Space 1 and 2. Haven't played it yet. I can't recommend it because I don't know too much about it. But a lot of people have really, really loved it. Oh, Dead Space Remake. Okay, so I guess it's going to be remaking probably just the first game. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I would say, so my approach to like these remakes and stuff is I usually will play the original before playing the remake. Or at least I have in the past. I played the original Final Fantasy VII, which I'm really happy I did, actually, because I think I'm going to really appreciate a lot of things they do and the remake a lot more when I finally get to playing it, which will be in 2022. It has to be. I'm not waiting anymore. That's going to be... I'll probably do a playthrough here on the channel at some point. But Dead Space might also be on the list. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. There's also kind of, I think there's like a little bit of a horror element to Dead Space, which I'm not big on horror games. I'm like trying to ease my way into it because I'm very much so, we'll just put down the controller and we won't talk about it ever again. So we'll see how that goes. Back 4 Blood. Oh boy. Back 4 Blood came out, I want to say in October. And let me find... Okay, so Back 4 Blood is a game that had a lot of people, including myself, very excited. When it came out, I personally thought it was good. I think a lot of the DNA from Left 4 Dead 2, I don't feel that it quite translated, but for me, you know, I don't think that was that much of an issue since, like, you know, I have Left 4 Dead 2. If I wanted to play Left 4 Dead 2, I would have played Left 4 Dead 2. Other people, though, they strongly dislike kind of like the deviation that they made. And this game, from like the rumors and stuff that I heard, is originally going to be much different. Or at least I think from possibly even the beta test, it was going to be much different than it turned out to be. I think the biggest hurdle for pretty much all the people that have played Back 4 Blood, or all the people that are interested in playing Back 4 Blood, is the difficulty. Nobody on console, or at least at the time that I played it, which was when it first launched, nobody had played or had beaten the game on Legendary. And I have a friend who's like a huge Left 4 Dead 2 fan. He always plays the campaign on Legendary, and he'll spend like however much time he needs to get through it. To do it. And it's possible. He does it on PC though, so I don't know about console. Or no. I think he did do it on console and PC. This game, he said there's absolutely no way he could do this on Legendary on console, and he's struggling to do it on PC. I don't think he's even really done it yet, but I think at this point he will probably get close. So yeah, the difficulty spike was crazy. I don't know if they fixed it at this point. I've uninstalled the game since then just because I couldn't make any progress, which was sad. Because I think if I could have, I probably would have enjoyed my time a bit more instead of like having to redo the same things. It definitely is a teamwork-oriented game, so if you do not have the right crew with you, God bless and good luck. Alright, what's next on the list? I gotta speed it up here. New Year's is fast approaching. Nier Reincarnation. Oh yeah, I wanted to do a quick shout out for this one just because it is one of the best mobile games I have played since Infinity Blade. So if there's any mobile gamers out there that are not playing Pokemon Unite for some reason, or maybe even Genshin Impact, although I don't know how that'd be possible. That game is so there's a lot in it. I don't know how they made it a mobile game in the first place, but Nier Reincarnation is excellent and the story is intriguing. So played the beta. So confused when I played it. Didn't help that it was slow and buggy. Guess I'll do a stream since it looks fun. Yeah, it was, I don't know. I think when it officially launched, I guess I just took more time to understand what was going on rather than it being a little bit easier to understand. But I feel like I will be revisiting it. I did have fun when I could like move forward and like felt the rush, like, oh my god, the zombie is coming, like let's go, go, go. But you'll have to link me your stream so I can come through and watch, because I need to see a pro like do their magic with it. Because there's a reason I don't play shooters too often. What else? The handheld Playdate. Playdate was pretty cool. Let's see. We'll pull up the trailer. Update. I don't know what this video is, but we'll just play it. So, I think not a lot of people may want to skip. I will be skipping just in case. There you go. Alright, so the Playdate was a handheld, or is a handheld console that was released earlier this year. And it actually looks like really, really interesting. So it's basically a little, let's see if we can get to the actual console itself. So this is the Playdate. The screen is on the other side. Here we go. So basically the way that you play this is you use the crank. The crank has like different functions depending on what game that you play, and there's an A button, B button, D-pad. And the way that it works is pretty interesting because you can't decide yourself what games to put on the Playdate. The Playdate basically, like when you buy it, you kind of get a subscription. So you can play like, let's say 10 games a season. And I think seasons are maybe a couple of months. I don't remember, but it's like a good period of time. And so you can play those games during the season. And then when the next season starts, your Playdate system will take the games that were just installed off and take the new season's games and put it on. So it's like a cycling rotation of these different games. And they're kind of like little small like pixel games. I don't know. It's just a very interesting concept for a system. They did sell out earlier this year, so I think they will be restocking maybe fall 2022. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they do have more information on their website. If you go to play.date / nothing else, just play.dates, there you go. What else? Ooh, Stray. Stray was cool. Sounds cool. It was pretty interesting. I was kind of digging it. Would I personally get it? The whole not being able to like stick with the game for a while if you're into it, and having like the games rotate, it is an interesting concept. But like, what if you really like the game and you just want it to stay on your system? Hopefully they'll come up with something to get around that, because I'm sure people will fall in love with the game and then like not want to have it leave their system. But yeah, definitely cool premise. Interesting to see that like there are like, I guess, indie console developers out there. So I'm kind of curious to see if like that encouraged anybody else to try the same thing. But Stray grew on me every time I saw it. Stray is basically a game about a little kitty in a city full of robots. And I don't know what the objective is here. Whether it's just, I guess, surviving in this kind of like cold, cruel, robotic world, or trying to get home somewhere. But regardless, you're playing as this cat, and it does have a little robot that ends up following it, I think, most of the game, which is good. So that way there's kind of like a voice for the story or some kind of medium that the story can go through. I'm sure, of course, there are just actions and stuff that you can observe to develop the story as well. But it seems cool. Has little puzzles. You can do little kitty things. Be pet. Who doesn't like pets? And I don't know. I dig it. I dig it. I think it's going to be fun when it comes out, and I will be checking it out. And I know it comes out this year, but let me see. Actually, I don't think they have a release date. Early 2022. Okay, so hopefully it will come out in the spring. I doubt it's going to come out like this winter, but this spring we can have hopes for. But yeah, really cute. I like it. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? Sorry, I have to like speed through these. I was planning to be done at 11 Eastern Standard Time, and it is now 11:02. Sable. Oh yes. Okay. Quickly go through Sable real quick. So I have not played all of Sable. I did play through the demo, and I was really, really intrigued by it. It did have a couple of technical issues that I don't believe were smoothed out at launch, but at this point, I think they probably are. Some things, they seem like there might be issues at first, but it's just like a stylistic choice as far as it being, and you'll probably see it a little bit here. When the character, the main character moves, it's kind of, low framey a bit. Oh wait, no, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. But I believe it is a stylistic choice. But really just beautiful art style with this game. And the story seems super intriguing. A lot of people have said that the story is really great. It's a coming of age story and kind of a desolate world. So each village that you get to visit, it kind of feels like a breath of fresh air where you get to meet a lot of people that are actually really welcoming. And also have their own little mini stories going on. 10:03 where you're at. Oh, nice. 1 hour back. On the West Coast, they've got 4 hours to go. So time zones are crazy. Time zones are insane. But yep, it's coming up there for me. But yeah, Sable is cool. Animation, yeah, the animation is cool. Like once I was like, wait, is it like a low frame thing, or is it like a stylistic thing? But it is a stylistic thing. I do like it. It does make the characters stand out quite a bit. Not even just like from the environment, but also just like if this was blacked out and you could only see the character's animation, like I would think of Sable. I haven't seen any other games kind of like approach their animation like this, or at least not in a long time. But yeah, everything about this game is very, very stylistic, and I would argue this is like probably the most stylistic or like very artistically driven game of the year. So yeah, I definitely have to revisit this one and actually finish it in the 2022. But it's some good stuff. It's also, if you have Game Pass, it is on Game Pass. So Game Pass has been the MVP. Let's see. Digital Eclipse started a campaign to have Marvel vs. Capcom 2 re-released. They're following an online campaign with Maximilian Dood. Yeah, so I highlighted this one just because I haven't seen any updates on this as far as the actual game coming back to the marketplace. There have been a lot of fighting games that have started to like ramp up, especially at the year's end. Even with what game was it? There's another fighting game that recently came out that's kind of like BlazBlue, but I don't remember the name of it. And in any case, I feel like it's probably going to be a long time before we see Marvel vs. Capcom 2 again, just because of the volume of fighting games and the like fighting community being so split between these games that they don't really have the chance to focus, at least not for right now. We'll see in 2022 whether things will get going for them. Hopefully, since it seems like the community has been missing it quite a bit. Ooh, another good game, Splitgate. Splitgate was also made by a small dev team as well, and it is just kind of insane what indie developers have been doing this year. But basically, Splitgate is like Halo with portals, where you can like If you got an enemy that's behind you and you place the portal behind you and you place the portal in front of you, you can just shoot in front of you and then it'll hit the enemy behind you. The gameplay will explain it much better than I can, but Splitgate is a very interesting concept for kind of like a arena shooter like this. And I'm honestly kind of curious as to what the numbers have been like since Halo Infinite has come out. In some cases, I feel like a lot of people have been turned off by Halo Infinite because of its progression system, which we can also talk about that a little bit since I'm on the topic. But yeah, Splitgate, I had fun with it, although I don't think it's the game for me. At least not for right now. I definitely have to like get my head around the whole portal system and like which maps are good for the portal system, which maps aren't, because there were a couple that you were better off just running to where the enemy was rather than trying to use a portal. At least in my experience. And yeah, other than that, it felt close to Halo, but not quite, which is good. Splitgate needs to create its own identity. But yeah, while we're on the subject of Halo-like things, let's talk about Halo Infinite for a second. And the beta that was released in November, I think a couple weeks into November they did it, after they did the Xbox 20th anniversary. And I was initially loving the beta. The gameplay is super fun, still is super fun. But then we got to the issues of the progression system and not being able to unlock different armor parts and armor colors. And now they have like stances and like little emblems and stuff that you can get as well. Let me pull up Halo Infinite. But yeah, the progression system still has some problems. It's better than it was at launch, but there's still some things that need to be addressed as far as just being able to progress. Playing like 5 games a day, you should be able to get at least a level, which I think now you can. But after like the first 6 games, your XP like exponentially dwindles, which should not be how that works. But it currently that currently is how it works. So it feels like very grindy, not as grindy as it was during the beta or at launch, but still feels a little grindy. And on top of the fact that, and this is not Halo's fault, but more so the community, the fact that pretty much every team plays the objective as if the game mode is Slayer, when in most cases it indeed is not Slayer. Which, you know, I think they could fix that by letting people be able to select the playlist that they want to do, as far as like, I just want to play Slayer, or I'm open to playing Capture the Flag, or I want to play Oddball. Right now you can't do that. You're at the mercy of the random playlist. So if you play Slayer like 20 times in a row, like there is nothing you can do about it. If you play Oddball and Capture the Flag and never get Slayer, there is nothing you can do about it. And the other thing that sucks about that is that they have objectives that are based on the game modes that you're able to get into. There's a lot that I could say about Halo Infinite. I still really enjoy the game, regardless of my many criticisms for the moment. I actually recorded a podcast with a friend about Halo Infinite, which I will be working on very soon to have it come out before any more updates make it absolutely obsolete to listen to. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Halo Infinite so far. It's fun. It's on Game Pass, so I definitely recommend picking it up. It is a little grindy, so buyers beware of that. The story mode, I actually have really, really enjoyed. I can't say that I've been grabbed by the story yet, just because it is an open world game. So open worlds are very terrible for me in terms of my time, because they just completely suck up everything. And I spend my whole time just exploring the world and different things in it. So I've been loving that. We'll get to the story one day. But yeah. Let's see. What else have we got here? Power Ranger. Nope, wrong thing. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I am excited for this. Cyberpunk. I missed the rush, but that's okay. So, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is kind of like the sole successor to Jet Set Radio. I never had the pleasure of playing Jet Set Radio on the original Xbox or on the, I believe it did come to the Xbox 360. But I really love the, I love when the video actually plays. There we go. I love the art direction of this game. I was really enjoying the music, which we can actually, I don't know if they showcase too much, but let's see. Oh dang, this video is almost over. I was intending to be done streaming by the time that video is over. Crazy. Oh well. Oh, I gotta unmute it first. Yeah, we can kind of take a listen to this. But I really like the art style. I enjoy like the direction that the music's going into. The only thing, I guess the only reservation I have is that I'm not big on, or I won't say that. It's been a long time since a sports game or sports oriented game has like made me want to keep playing. I think the last thing that I played that was like that was what is that game called? There was a game that Burger King actually made that was actually really fun, where you just played on tiny motorcycles. I can't remember the name of it though. I'll have to Google it. It is hilarious, and I definitely recommend it if anybody can find a copy. It was something Racers, I think. But for them to win me over with this, they have to make the gameplay really fun and the objectives like really approachable and something I'm like, oh, I could do that. Easy. That's cool. That's sick. I could do something with this. As of now, I feel like I more so want it just so I can explore the world, not so that I can really play it, I guess. I will see. I am very open to having my mind changed about this. Haven't played a sports game since 2005. Should totally get back into it. I was interested in seeing, and I can also look up this one too. What is it? Dotemu made Windjammers 2. And this actually looks so freaking fun. It looks really great. So Windjammers, I think this is one of those games that like a lot of people are familiar with, but I never knew what it was called. It's kind of like a frisbee game where you try to get your frisbee or get the frisbee into the other person's goal. Oh my gosh, what is my internet doing? But yeah, this looks super fun to me. Like I feel like I could play this for a long time against somebody else. But I would recommend this. I think the game was just released, I want to say. If not, Knockout City, actually. I had a lot of fun playing Knockout City earlier this year. I haven't played a whole lot of it since probably the summer. But Knockout City was another one that I had a lot of fun with. And that one is also on Game Pass if you have Game Pass. Let's see, get to a little bit more gameplay. I don't know, this just seems like a fun like arcade game that you could play. I kind of wish, and I don't know if it's not on Switch, but if it isn't, it totally needs to get on Switch. I feel like this would be a fun game to play in the car or something. You're just hanging out with your friend in the park or something, I don't know. Whatever people do when they go outside. But yeah, Windjammers 2. I'd recommend you take a look at that. What else? There was a Pokemon Direct. It was cute. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I can get through this whole list. Oh, there's so many things. There's so many things. Okay. So we have Pokemon Arceus. I will not touch on this since I am running out of time. Just know I am excited for Pokemon Arceus. There's apparently something that happened recently where like the fans were divided about it. Don't know what that is, but I will be exploring that later this week. Looks cool. It did when Generous does look fun. What else? Black Myth. We haven't seen anything from Black Myth since when did I update this list? Since August. So I don't know. Not saying that's a bad sign. It definitely did need a little bit of polish, which is fine. I don't think the game is in a state to launch or remotely close to being in a state of getting ready to launch. I think they're probably going to take at least another year or so to get Black Myth ready to ship out. But people are definitely excited for it. Let me quickly pull up a little bit of footage while I talk about the Saints Row reboot. Let's see. Let's get a fight going. And I have to get new music. Oh no. Okay. This one. As students, we're constantly evaluated on the quality of our writing. Thoughts on A Plague Tale? I haven't played A Plague Tale. I've heard really, really good things about it. I kind of want to either like watch a playthrough, or I think A Plague Tale was free somewhere at some point. I'm not sure if I got it or not, or I snatched it up while it was free. But I have heard good things. When I saw A Plague Tale Innocence for the first time, I was kind of like thrown off. I'm like, what the frick? Just like, this is just literally the play. This is the Black Plague, the video game. But people have said the story was really, really good, and that they were the sequel is going to be highly anticipated. So that's really all I can say about it. There's so many games, so many games that I need to play. It's actually insane. And I'm spoiled for choice. I am spoiled for choice, but let me skip this part. I don't even know why they include this in this. Where's the fighting? Show me the fights. This might be a different trailer. I think this is a different trailer than I saw. Yeah, it totally is. It totally is. But just to give a little taste of what Black Myth is like, it kind of looks like it's like a Dark Souls slash kind of like Sekiro like game, which I think is what they are trying to emulate a little bit. I don't know when Sekiro came out compared to like when this got into development. But we do see like the stances on the side, like the little consumables. It doesn't look like the combat is going to be like, I guess, Jedi Fallen Order, where I think it did kind of emulate Dark Souls in some ways, but definitely was not as difficult. Black Myth is another one of those interesting games I want to get. It's based off a book. Really added my collection. Oh, I didn't even know it was based off a book. Okay, I'll have to look that up. I did know it's based off of kind of like Chinese mythology, which I'm not super familiar with at all. But yeah, Black Myth definitely took the world by storm earlier this year. So they have a lot of people rooting for them, which is cool. Let me see what else. The Saints Row reboot looked interesting. I'm kind of glad that they're kind of grounding the series more in the like gangster based stuff rather than going even further than like the superpowers and being in space and stuff. Although that was funny and fun, the story just kind of it became stagnant, I guess, which I don't know. Saints Row is always, I feel like, even though they definitely are shooting for fun and something enjoyable, they also want to say something. And the last game, was it Saints Row 5? I don't think that they were able to do that. So I think that's why the reboot was a good idea. Replaced, I definitely have to put this one on the screen for a second. Replaced looks so good. Oh my gosh. The trailer. Why is that one longer than this one? Whatever. I am very much so looking forward to Replaced. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Even if like the gameplay is garbage and the story is garbage, I will at least enjoy looking at this game. It looks great. What? YouTube, come on. Come on, YouTube. Work. At least get this ad off my screen. Okay, whatever. Oh my gosh. It's almost 11:30. I'm running low on time here. Okay. Let me just get into it. But I like the pixel art style quite a bit. I kind of like the retro style, or the vintage style, I guess. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a hipster, but if we're talking about like the style of games that I've been like looking at recently, then I guess I'm the biggest one up. I have ad blocker. I don't. At least not on my computer. I guess I have an ad blocker on my iPad. I don't know how. I didn't put it there. I don't. I don't though. Yeah, I'll let that play for a second. It just looks so freaking gorgeous. I want to know how they made this. I want to know. It looks great. It kind of looks like a little bit of what they were doing with Octopath Traveler, with like the what do they call it? It's kind of like using the 2D elements in a 3D environment, which I'm digging it. I really am. All right, I have to keep going. I have to keep pushing. I'm sorry. We talked about Halo Infinite. GTA Remastered Trilogy was a train wreck. It was. Take-Two has been taking a lot of L's with the Remastered Trilogy. They still are working on GTA 5, trying to push out more and more stuff for that, which, not saying that's an L just because they're working on it, but I'm tired of GTA 5, so it's an L for me. And they also tried to come for freaking what is this company called? Hold on. They tried to come for the people that do It Takes Two. Let me see. Hazelight. They tried to come for Hazelight Studios. So basically, to make a long story very short, Take-Two Interactive, the people who do GTA, saw that It Takes Two had Take-Two in it. Even though it's Takes Two, they saw Take-Two, they're like, oh, that's us. What are you doing? And they tried to say that they were infringing upon their copyright. To which I think the battle is still going on right now. Hopefully they lose, because it just doesn't make any sense. For one thing, they're not hurting the reputation, because It Takes Two is a very positively received game. And it's not even the same two words. So I don't know. I'm not been happy with Take-Two Interactive recently. Let's see. What do we got? Alan Wake Remastered is going to be coming out. At the time that I wrote this, it was just rumors, but then we got it announced at the Game Awards. So that was cool. Or no. Excuse me, not Alan Wake Remastered. Alan Wake 2 it will be coming out. Alan Wake Remastered was confirmed later in the year, and then we had Alan Wake 2. So it was kind of smart that they kind of like put the remaster out there, so that way people get refreshed and they're like, bam, okay, second game gonna be coming out. What else? Wolverine was announced. That'll be coming out in, I believe, 2023, as well as Spider-Man 2. The reveals for both of those games were beautiful. I love it. It was shocking. It was everything that I needed. I believe what was funny was when this State of Play came out, when they discussed Wolverine and Spider-Man 2, it was my birthday. So it felt like PlayStation did it specifically for me. That's how I will always interpret it, and nobody can take that away from me. And then God of War Ragnarok had another amazing trailer. Makes me want to play God of War 2018 even more. Yes, I still haven't played it. I am ashamed. But 'tis the backlog curse. 'Tis the backlog curse. I didn't have a PlayStation, actually. I didn't have a PlayStation until pretty much 2022. I got it for Christmas 2019. So, give me a break. Wolverine is going to be dope. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for it. Wolverine is one of my favorite comic book characters, and to see that he's getting his own game once again, and made by Insomniac Games, who have done amazing, amazing work with the Spider-Man games, the newest Spider-Man games. I am so excited to see what they do with Wolverine. Quantic Dream might be working on a Star Wars game. That was confirmed at the Game Awards. I am excited to see what they're going to do. It looked like it was going to be an open world game. Quantic Dreams. If I can type. Star Wars Eclipse. That is right. I don't know why YouTube is going so slow. Here we go. I think. Oh, yeah, this game looks dope. I'm almost scared to press a button because I feel like YouTube's gonna mess up or something, but I'll just leave it. But yeah, this game looks really cool. It doesn't necessarily look like it's falling in the stead of Jedi Fallen Order, which is not necessarily a bad thing. As the game or the video pauses for some reason, but not necessarily a bad thing because we do have Jedi Fallen Order 2 coming out. Did it just restart? Oh, I don't know. I'm not gonna touch anymore, but we do have Jedi Fallen Order coming out. Jedi Fallen Order 2 coming out in the near future, maybe late this year, if not early or late 2022, if not early 2023 is my guess. I still need to finish Fallen Order 1. I was having fun with it, but some of the aliens did creep me out, and honestly that is why I stopped, and I'm ashamed. But I have seen the full game. I saw a playthrough before I actually decided I want to play it myself. So I do know what all happened, so I won't be lost, at least not for the most part. But yeah, lots of Star Wars content incoming next year, or in the coming years, I should say. I don't think this is coming out next year. Yeah, this is early development, so probably not for at least 2 years. I'm kind of curious as to, so far what I've heard is it's going to be kind of, I almost want to say Mass Effect, but now I'm not even sure about that. We'll say Mass Effect, but we'll put a pin in it. What would my dream Star Wars game be? Interesting question. You know what? Okay. So, I think the Star Wars game that I absolutely fell in love with was Star Wars Force Unleashed. I believe it was the first one that I really enjoyed. The second one I liked, but I didn't like it as much. The things that I liked about it, I really liked Starkiller as a character, and he was somebody that was new to me, so I could like really get to know him, and I feel like be on the same level and enjoy his journey as he was also going through it. And he was also related to Darth Vader, and I really like Darth Vader as well. So if I were to take the core elements that I enjoyed about that game, I would say, and it doesn't have to be about Jedi, but just make it could be even be Mandalorian. I'd be open to doing that. That would be cool. But I think a story that is unfamiliar to the player. So something that's possibly even new to the Star Wars universe, so that way we can all explore it together. I think something being open world would be interesting, but I would also want to be able to travel between planets, which is what Eclipse kind of looks like it might could do, but I don't know how they would do it. But I would like to go and have the story be taking place across multiple planets like it does in the movie. What else? And then I think, maybe having like a cast of characters similar to the original trilogy. I don't know. I think having that kind of team dynamic is always kind of fun. I don't know if I would want to play as each character, but the stories felt a lot more fun when like everybody had their own dynamic to it for me. A mix of Star Citizen and Red Dead Redemption meets Star Wars. That'd be interesting. Oh, so I feel like The Mandalorian, as far as like Red Dead is concerned, could kind of deliver that. I have no idea what's going on with this video. We're gonna move on. But Mandalorian, a lot of their influences for the show itself are based off of like westerns, and kind of like the cowboy, like a space cowboy, I guess, no cowboy bebop, but a space cowboy kind of approach to that show and the storytelling. So it would be cool to see that. Star Citizen. Hold on, let me. I don't know. I haven't played it, but I have heard of it. Let me see. Let me familiar. Did I? I don't think I spelled that right, did I? What is this? Yeah. I think I did see this. The best game ever. Ooh, okay. That looks cool. Oh, that kind of reminds me of, what was it? E3 that they announced. What is the game? What is the game that Bethesda's working on? Bethesda Starfield. Starfield, they did not show a whole lot to convince me as far as like wanting to play it, so I don't know what's gonna go on with that. But on Nintendo's side, we did get Bayonetta 3 finally confirmed. It looks like it's gonna have some Devil May Cry influences in there, like much stronger than I think the previous Bayonettas have had, so that was cool. And the freaking Mario movie was announced, and I believe it's going to be coming out next in 2022. Let me look that up. Let's see. Nintendo Mario movie. No, not news. I guess it's coming out next year. I don't know. I kind of want to see it just because I don't know, morbid curiosity. But picking Chris Pratt as Mario was a very interesting choice. Chris Pratt is a very good voice actor, and he did a really good job on the Lego movies. But those are more so not really like him transforming his voice, but just him being a good actor. So I don't know if he's got the voice chops, but I guess we'll find out. Because if Mario doesn't sound like Mario, that's gonna be weird. That's gonna be super weird. But let's see. Netflix did acquire a game studio, so that's probably going to go towards supporting their kind of like games section of the platform. The Game Awards was held in person this year, so that was cool. We're kind of society pretending that we're taking steps forward. Xbox celebrated their 20th anniversary. They had a lot of things. It was much better than Atlus's 25th anniversary for Persona, and I kind of wish they would take notes. G4 launched this year, and I actually did a couple of like community events with them in the summer. Cool people over there, and I'm excited for them, and hopefully I'll get to do something again with them soon. But yeah, I've been watching streams, been enjoying it, been enjoying to seeing what they have to say about different gaming news and different games and stuff. And now I'll be graduating this year. I'll be like, hey, G4, hey, hit me up. But yeah. Epic Games welcoming NFTs and blockchain to this store in the coming future. I don't think it's probably happening right now, but that's interesting. And I don't know what's gonna go on with like the world of games if we openly let NFTs and stuff in. I don't know. Well, we will find out, I guess, but weird to think. What else? What else I got here? We are nearing the end. We are OFK. that is another one that I will be keeping my eye out for. I feel like We Are OFK is kind of like the new approach to what Telltale Games has done in the past. It looks, and kind of in a way what the devs for Life is Strange has done. Except I feel like Life is Strange has taken things in a direction that I just have not enjoyed following within the past couple of games. I really enjoyed the first game. I did not enjoy the story following Chloe, and then everything after that I just have not been as invested. But We Are OFK seems like it's gonna be really fun. Kind of like a lighthearted, although serious things happen as well, but a lighthearted story for the most part with some interesting characters. I think the thing that makes it the most interesting is that the devs really do like put a lot of themselves into these characters, and it's kind of like the devs telling the stories of their lives. So I'm kind of interested to see like how they kind of merge all these relationships together in game, and how they take advantage of just like having this intimate knowledge of literally their own lives, and adapting it for gameplay and for an audience to experience themselves. Yeah, I think all the gameplay is like towards the end of this. I also like the art direction for this as well. We don't usually, or I feel like I haven't really seen a lot of games that go with like a lot of like the pop, like very bright pastel colors, other than Sable, which we looked at earlier. So I'm digging it. I'm very much so digging it. Little Devil Inside, also very cool preview. I think this was the last thing that I highlighted. It was indeed. And then I'm gonna try and just like ram a whole bunch of stuff in at the end. So we can watch this for like maybe 30 seconds. Let's see, Little Devil Inside showcase. If YouTube would stop being slow. Oh my gosh. I didn't even get to talk about the games that were coming out this year. Like, so much has happened, or coming out in 2022. So much has happened this year as far as just getting ready for next year that I haven't even gotten to it. So I will definitely have to revisit. It'll probably be in an actual video and not a live stream. Although, I don't know. This is kind of cool, just not really having to produce for once and listen to the sound of my own voice for a long time. I don't know. You get used to it, but then sometimes you're like, yeah, that is me. That is my voice. Okay. I feel like YouTube is like refusing to work at this point, so we might just ditch that. So I have some rando things. Let's see. These are things I actually haven't read yet, or read all the way through. Oh, I did look at this though. This was just cool. I think this is also on YouTube at this point, but let me see. If you search Final Fantasy VII Intergrade billboard, you will most likely see this. It is absolutely fascinating to me that this is a real thing. It looks much better if you look at it on your own screen, but this looks so 3D. It's ridiculous. I really like it. I really like it a lot. I would look at billboards all day if this was what they look like, but also just so random. Just I don't know. I guess billboards are technically all random, but it just feels so extra, and I am 100% for it. All right, let's see. We had a game leak and or rumor. Assassin's Creed Infinity. Oh yeah, so this is supposedly posted. Reddit, hello. I don't know, my screen has gone dark. Notification blocked. Install Reddit. Alright, sure, whatever. So this was supposedly posted. Where is this at? It is, let me pull it up again. It is in Japan. I do know that. Let's see, translate. Omotesando. So yeah, not in America, at least not yet. But pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. And then this was posted supposedly by a dev that works at Ubisoft from like his fake account or something. Could be true. I don't know. I'm always skeptical. But so they're saying that the next Assassin's Creed is supposedly free to play. But I don't know how I feel about this model since Halo Infinite's release. It's going to be on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, Ubisoft Connect, Google Stadia, Amazon Luna. I honestly would call them current gen consoles because not everybody has, or most people don't have a PS5 or Xbox Series X. So no word on it coming to current gen. It's supposed to be based around solo and cooperative play, kind of like Destiny 2's experience, which I at one point did want a cooperative Assassin's Creed. At this point, I don't know. There's going to be a shared hub world. Sounds kind of strange for an Assassin's Creed, but I don't know. Different time periods to travel to called eras, and they function like planets. So this is the thing I was talking about a little bit earlier. I don't know. The fact that like the past few games have not been able to, I feel like, do a story that was written as well as Assassin's Creed 3 or Assassin's Creed 4 or Assassin's Creed 5. The fact that they're now trying to focus on multiple different stories is frightening to me. So here we go. The things I was talking about earlier. Rome is an idea for the eras that they might be doing. Occupied France, which I feel like they have done Rome already or Rome adjacent things with Ezio. Don't necessarily know why. Oh yeah. Assassin's recruited by Ezio. I don't know why they would want to do that, because then it just makes me think, why can't I be Ezio? China, which they did make an Assassin's Creed China game. I don't know if it's going to kind of like rehash some of that. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at it because I don't think a lot of people have played Assassin's Creed China, and they definitely did not put as much work into it as they do with the normal Assassin's Creed games, or the full-fledged Assassin's Creed games, I should say. So, Occupied France, I don't know. They say a lot of gunplay mechanics are being pulled from Watch Dogs Legion, which I don't know if you should pull anything from that game. Gunplay, maybe okay. Other things, I don't know. That's a very polarizing game. But yeah, the future for Assassin's Creed Infinite looking kind of crazy so far. What else? What else we got here? Lucid Games working on an exciting next-gen multiplayer game, potentially Twisted Metal again. I've never played Twisted Metal. It seems like it's kind of like a cult classic. We'll see. I also heard or saw, like, I think on a G4 special, that it was kind of like a game that was very polarizing, and like one of the games that kind of pushed for the rating system for like all games in general, since it had a lot of crazy things and violent things in it, which now are probably going to be like tame compared to the things that we do in games now. What else? I haven't seen too much of this one, actually. Alistair Matter Panhime says Persona 3 port mix portable plus FES content. One more game will be announced in spring. God, I hope so. I'm kind of surprised Persona 3 hasn't been brought to the marketplace yet. I feel like that's very much the next move. I'm kind of surprised that Persona 4 hasn't been ported, or Persona 5 hasn't been ported to the Switch. At least just those base games. Well, actually, you have to go golden if you're going to do Persona 4. But, yeah, a lot of room in the Nintendo market. Definitely just need to put a new game out there. Preferably, if they're going to do Persona 3, I hope something new, something actually new, follows shortly after that. Because I respect the ports. It's been a long time, so I respect the ports. But I want something new. This news, I don't understand what's going on here, so I was gonna read it with you guys, but now I feel like I'm gonna speed through it. Hades made history as the first video game to win a Hugo Award. I don't even know what a Hugo Award is. Hugo Awards first presented in 1953 and honored the best works in science fiction and fantasy. Up until 2021, video games and their stories have not been under consideration, but that has now changed. So that's pretty sick for the Hades team. Cited for a Supergiant I could not imagine being like the first to like break through as far as like being one in a medium for an award like this. So way to go to the Hades team. Congratulations. What else? What else do we got here? Oh, we are definitely not going to get through all of this. Tentpole title in 2022. This kind of looks like the stuff for ReFantasy. That's right, the concept art for ReFantasy. So maybe it will come out next year. I kind of heard like mixed things as far as like it's happening, but we don't know direction, or I don't know, a lot of things like that. So maybe that will be the next project that Atlus goes for. Maybe we won't get the Persona 6 that we've been asking for, but a new Atlus project is always a good Atlus project for me, or for the most part. Actually, all of the Atlus projects that I've seen thus far are good. What else? Sonic Frontiers release date reportedly leaked. Let's see when it was. November 14th, 2022. I would believe it. That's about right, as we're going for holiday season for a lot of games to come out. And avoiding February at this point for any game studio would be the plan. So yeah, that makes sense. I got finished playing like my first ever, or completing my first ever Sonic game, which was Sonic Colors Ultimate. It was very hard. I don't know if I'll be able to do Frontiers, but we'll see. God of War Ragnarok potential release date. Let's see. When? September 30th. Ooh. I don't know. Maybe. It's always a maybe. I feel like there's not a whole lot of stuff stacked up for September, so if it did, it would be kind of just running the whole month, pretty much. Even if other things did come out next to God of War, it's freaking God of War. People are gonna be snatching it up. Game Pass 2022 calendar. So I know this is a Trek to Yomi, which is a game that I was interested in after seeing. It was one of the indie game festivals. I don't think it was Tribeca, but they did highlight this game. It looks really cool. I would show footage, but I have to literally speed through everything. But check out this article, or you could just Google games that are coming out to Game Pass. Ooh, A Plague Tale Requiem is coming to Game Pass, apparently. I'll have to check that out. I keep hearing so much about A Plague Tale Innocence, A Plague Tale Requiem, so I gotta do it. Okay. What else? We're speedrunning this. I got almost 10 minutes. Hideo Kojima teases development of 2 new games. Okay, I'm not really gonna put too much rent into Hideo Kojima rumors until I actually see a trailer for something, because I heard that Blue Box is, well, this is a rumor. This is a very definitely not confirmed, but supposedly Blue Box is a fake studio that he made to promote Metal Gear Solid 5 or something, and then he was using it to like rile people up. That sounds awful. I hope that's not the case. Blue Box, I don't understand it so far, but I don't know. But the things that people are looking for is definitely Silent Hill. The sequel to Death Stranding, I could definitely see. I feel like I have heard a little bit about there being a possible sequel to Death Stranding. But yeah, people are begging for the next iteration to Silent Hill. There's also been talks that Hideo Kojima wants to do something with cloud gaming. I don't necessarily know how that would be transformative in any way, other than people wouldn't download it to their consoles, but Hideo Kojima will most definitely find a way. Just got your Game Pass. I can't wait to see what they got. Oh my gosh, you're in for a treat. Game Pass is absolutely incredible. It is the best gaming subscription service ever. And I would say it's my opinion, but I really feel like it's a fact. It is better than PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Go, PlayStation whatever it is that they have. It is better than Nintendo Online. It's better than Nintendo Online Plus. It's the best. It is the best. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Let's see. Persona developer Atlas wants to release a pillar game. See, this is what I want. This is what I want. I don't know if they're talking about ReFantasy though, or if they're talking about Persona 6. The other thing is, I also read in an Atlas interview that they are kind of intimidated to do Persona 6 because Persona 5 did so well. So it's like, we want to do something that's better. In order to do that, that's probably going to take a long time, which is facts. But I'm getting impatient. I am getting impatient. So I will definitely have to read this a little bit more closely later on. But as far as like the time gaps between personas, I think last year was the window where a new persona should come in. So this year, I feel like we're going to get Persona 6. I hope so. And I think the color is going to be green. You can quote me on it. I think the theme is green. And then the last link I have for the stream, controversial Pokemon Legends Arceus leak has fans divided. So let's see. Less than a month, blah, blah, blah. Courtesy, Pokemon leaker, Riddle Chew. Players will need to complete Hidesu Pokédex before they can catch Arceus. I don't like that decision if that's true. That would kind of suck. I understand this is different to our traditional Pokemon experience, but it removes abilities really necessary because for me, I don't see it causing a net negative for the game. Like, as much as I enjoy Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, I really dislike the removal of handheld items and abilities. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That doesn't seem great, that you have to catch all the other Pokemon before you can catch, like, the legendary Pokemon that you would probably want to get. Yeah, I don't know. That seems strange. But, that is it for me. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry that I flew through probably about the last 10 or 15 minutes of stuff, but I just wanted to cover everything that I wanted to cover before we kick it off fresh for the new year. So I will be doing my speed runs again. I just have to get myself organized. In the interim, if I can't do a speed run, I might end up doing a stream because it's much faster for me to do than to try and produce like a whole thing. But I definitely do want to talk about gaming news. That is number one. And number two, I definitely want to bring back my playthroughs. So, I have been playing Halo, and I have been playing the Demon Slayer game. So, I might start taking clips from my Twitch page and put them on here. And, like, do a little funny edit or something. I don't know. I don't think I'm that funny, so we'll see how it works out. But yeah. Thanks to everybody who came through to the stream, or if you're watching the VOD, thanks for coming through the VOD. Comment down below what has been like your favorite thing of gaming in 2021, or something that you're looking forward to in 2022. For me, my favorite thing, what that was being called, my favorite thing in 2021, that's tough. I feel like there are a lot of games that I've enjoyed, but nothing that has super stood out. Knockout City I had a lot of fun with. Honestly, I had a lot of fun playing the Oculus Quest Galaxy's Edge game. Galaxy Quest, or Oculus Quest 2. My brother got one, and I stole it for a little bit. So, I got to play that. That was cool. I did not have as much motion sickness as I would have thought. It was always a win. Ooh. Ace Attorney. I've had a lot of fun. Why can't I speak? I've had a lot of fun playing Ace Attorney this year. I'm almost done with the first game. I've been taking like little gaps, but I've only got like I think 3 hours left in the first game. So I'll be finishing that early 2022. What I'm looking forward to next year. Please, Lord. Give me Breath of the Wild 2. Please. Give me Breath of the Wild 2. It can be at the very end of the year. I just need to know it's coming in 2022. Amen. But yeah, that is it for me. I'm like 4 minutes away from New Year's. So I have to go run and get ready for it. Grab my bubbly and just enjoy it. But I hope you guys also enjoy celebrating New Year's, and you as well, Mr. E. Definitely though, go to the link, the description. DM me on Twitter so I can get your Twitch, because I wanna follow you. But or you can put it in the chat. Yeah, but I hope everybody enjoys New Year's. Definitely a happy New Year to all of you, and I will see y'all in the next ting ting ting. Yeah, bye.